Hello guys, today we are here. We are Gassiri and my name is Cynthia.
My name is Ricardo.
And I'm Gabriel.
And today we are here to talk a very important topic. There is how we learn English and the importance in social life and career nowadays to know how to speak. We will talk about our personal journeys and how we achieve a better English year by year. Well, my first contact with English was in my childhood, and as a kid, I didn't know what people were talking. Like, I used to hear a lot of English music, like Madonna and Lady Gaga, for example. So it took some time to know that it was another language with different rules, different verbs conjugation. So when I started to learn English, I have already friends that talk a good English, and I was confused because it was difficult for me to understand the rules and remember the words in another language. So I started to feel insecure about it, and I noticed some problems that make me feel uncomfortable to try to talk with other people that know more than me.
My first experience with English was when I was 4 years old and I was playing on a computer, but I didn't know that it was English, nor didn't know that it has rules. So I kind of learned the language but not its rules. And also today I have some insecurities with talking because of the speaking part.
For me, like, the worst part was the speaking, because like I remember that for start to learn English, it's a very difficult step because you have to learn English with something that you already know a lot and like I used to, as I said, I used to listen to Madonna, to Lady Gaga. So I guess it was a big step for me to connect myself with something related to English and try to improve and know better. I remember that a time my dad said to me, I know a good app for you to learn English. And in a moment I tried it, but it didn't work for me in the first part. But then I remember to like try to study English, and for me the weirdest word was no. I didn't know how to pronunciate. I didn't know what that means. And for me, the formal way to understand and learn English was the difficult one. So it took a long time for me to connect myself with some kind of platform or some kind of topic that helped me to learn English.
I think it's the worst part of learning English is basically like put in practice what you learned. For example, when I was a child, I knew a lot of things, like a lot of words, but if you put like someone which is fluent in English, I couldn't like talk with them because I knew the words, but I didn't know how to organize it and like put in a sentence, like to talk with the people in the right way. Like it's easier to you understand what people are talking or what you're reading,
Listening,
but
and then to actively speak and be a part of the conversation.
yeah, and at the beginning you're basically insecure what you're talking about because there's a lot of rules and obviously you won't like decorate everything, but little by little you will like habituate with this conversation with other people. Like it can be like a fluent person, you can like just talk with a random friend that you have just to like break the ice and try to study more with someone, like don't be alone talking, like learning English.
I think the best way to learn how to speak and lose insecurity is to actually speak, just like get through your errors and your insecurities and just start speaking. Then you get like more experience on it, and also you are practicing, so you will get better at speaking.
Yeah, even the pronunciation as well. For example, you can sing together with the singer, like music, for example, just to train your pronunciation, for example. And maybe you can find some sentences that you can put in a conversation, so it can help as well, or can answer questions or
Add vocabulary to your English.
Yeah, and you have to take it easy with yourself because, like, I heard a lot people say to me, like, when I come to them and like try, oh, you have some tip to for me to learn English better, to improve my English, and almost all of them said, oh, you have to heard song and try to follow it. But if you like, for example, Eminem, you have to to have something in
Oh
your
my
mind
God.
that you
That's a
will not
difficult,
like.
right?
Yeah, you can like make a rap, Eminem's rap, for the first or second time. It's not that easy. It's easier than other conventional ways, but it's not easy in the same way. So you have to like sometimes read what he's talking about, and if you know some words, try to first understand what he's talking without subtitles. But it's not like that easy. So you have to be careful and take easy with yourself in that
Yeah,
moment.
even nowadays I can like follow what rappers are saying. So I have to read the lyrics and it's still difficult for me, you know. So try to like listen to calm music, calm songs that you can like follow what they're saying and talk together with them. It's a good tip for people that is starting to learn English.
I think that it's better for you to make something that you like with English. For example, Cynthia said about music, so she learned English through music, but you can also learn through games and books and whatever like. Just don't try Eminem at first because Eminem is hard
Yeah.
at every step.
Yeah, an interesting thing about games, like my passion, like something that I like, as Gabriel said, is that I introduced English in my life, playing Minecraft, for example. So when I was a kid, I knew a lot of words in English, but I didn't know, the past tense or the future sentence, just specific words in a game.
I understand that like sometimes, as you said first, you know all the words, but when you are in a conversation, you don't know how to make it a phrase. I guess in games you learn some specific words, and like for instinct, you know what they mean, but it's not enough. It's very helpful, but it's not enough to have a conversation. So it's step by step. You recognize the words, and if you have a online game, you try to talk with foreign people, but it's a very complicated way. I guess a game is not enough to make you fluent in a language.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, just because you know the word for a game or for music, doesn't mean that you know how to use that word. So you can try like studying that word and learning the meaning, how to use it, and also try to use it, even if it's wrong, like in the wrong context, but you can try using it. And by trying, you can try speaking with your friends and speaking English in general.
Yeah, and an interesting thing that I think it's good, like to learn like English correctly, and then you learn slangs. Because, for example, if you travel to another country, for example, that speaks mainly English, they will use a lot of slangs, and if you just learn like the English correctly, you won't understand nothing because it's a different culture, and there's a lot of different words that they use. Like, I don't know, it's summarize a word, and it's different, the pronunciation and all of this. So we'll be pretty lost if you don't study it, because it's very usual in other countries.
The slangs are like technical words from a job or something. But like the better option is to actually learn English, even though you don't know the slang of what it means. By learning English, you can like get an idea of what the slang mean and how to get the information through its context.
Yeah, but like in a first contact with English, it's hard for people to have a context. Like they have two ways. Sometimes you know a lot of words, but not all. So you have to go in the context if it's a like easy phrase. But if it's more complex and it has like I don't know, technical words or yeah, in some kind of specific topic, you have to be careful, and I guess it's not a easy way to start to talk in English to like know just knowing the context. I guess it's very complicated actually. Nowadays I used to do the thing to simulate some words with the context because like I have some experience, but I guess it's not something easy to do.
Yeah,
You
or
could say.
sometimes you know like the context, but you're not secure about the meaning of the word. So it's good to search for it and like verify if it's the way that you're thinking or it's different meaning.
I
Yeah,
think you
like
only like get the true meaning of slangs by, as Cynthia said, I have experience with it, and also like living in the context of that slang, such as if you are having trouble learning what some, I don't know, USA slang mean, by going through YouTube videos of people saying that, or something like mostly video, but like someone from the US using that slang, that you can learn better about that slang.
Yeah, and you can see a lot of slangs on videos or series, even series. For example, I was watching Stranger Things, and they use some slangs like rocket science, like it's not that difficult, you know. So you can learn a lot of it, like reading subtitles or even try to understand it without it. So
And
it's
if
a
you
good
don't
beginning.
get the meaning, you can also like, I don't know, like some character of as you said, Stranger Things said something, you can like search it on the internet and get information about it until you understand the meaning, and later you can try to use it.
And especially, I think it's not that difficult to identify slangs because they're usually two words that together don't make any sense, you know? For example, rocket science. What's the meaning of like rocket and science?
Actually, rocket science is like an example that, you know, rocket science is something, but as a slang is another thing, you know?
Yeah.
when you know better like the slangs, technical words of what you are trying to achieve, like I don't know, with work, career, these things, how can we improve at the points like we know informal and formal word is enough to be fluent in English? I guess it was a difficult point because when I started to learn with teacher some formal and informal ways in the book and with other activities, at some point I was like, oh, I am learning like enough, I am doing everything good, because sometimes until nowadays I feel insecure, and even though like I know that I read very well in English, but in conversation if I stay a very long time without talking, sometimes it fails and it feels like I am in my first class, you know, because I felt very insecure in that part. But nowadays it's not a problem, like a big problem as it was in the past. But even nowadays I have I am questioning myself, like I am learning enough, like I am in the level that people say that I should be, or like I don't know, with the books that I am reading I am learning well.
I think using your example, English student, like from any level, from the point that he gets to know English to the point that he gets fluent, and then evolve from fluent, you know, like get a step ahead and another level in English. All this journey, you learned how to overcome shyness, but all the time you feel insecure, and that's a bad thing mostly, but you can use it to learn. Like, oh, I have insecurity talking, I can try talk until I get comfortable, or I can try to learn how to talk until this insecurity go away.
For me, like it's as you said, it's exactly what you said, but in some ways like it's very it depends for the way that you live, because when I was a child I had friends that talked in English, and nowadays I guess they are fluent, but like in the present I don't have many people that talk in English very well, and it's difficult for me because I thought that I have like this is the easy way to try to learn English, you know, not to improve but to keep the level, like I have some knowledge, you know, for me not to forget what I have already learned, because one lesson that I had for every people that want to learn English and like want to keep all of this is to always try to exercise your new language, even if it's your matern language. If you don't exercise, you start to forget some words, you speak awkwardly. So I guess the best way is to keep always trying
The
to
English in
exercise.
your life.
Yeah, even if it's hard sometimes, like, I have some difficulty in speaking, but daily I have just a moment to read in English. Okay, so you do it because it's better than nothing.
Learning another language is like exercising a muscle. You have to keep it in practice at least like once a week, maybe. Depends on your necessity and your level. Where like you have to keep it working so it on quotes it don't die like a muscle.
Nowadays it's like I think it's easier to learn, like train more your listening and reading exclusively, because there's a lot of information like on social media, or especially social media, that is English. Like some actor or actress that you like, they have like social media, and obviously they talk with the public, their fans, for example. Or like TikTok, there's a lot of content that is English. So basically you're always getting information in English, and sometimes you won't understand, but there's always someone like that speaks Portuguese that can help you like to translate what they're talking about or give you the context.
Bringing the English to your life, to your daily basis, is a very important step in learning English. Like you said about social media and getting entertained with English, but you can also like do small things so you can keep exercising your English, like changing your cell phone or your computer settings to English. So every time you read the word, you are practicing English. Your brain is working in English. So you're keeping practice, and also maybe you can like learn new vocabulary with this method.
For you, do you have any things that usually you know that you have to practice, but you can't, like you don't have time? Or do you think English is something accessible for everyone that wants to learn English? Like you have videos enough in English, text enough in English. This is something good, this is something bad. Because for me, I guess English is something that it's very useful for my career, and it's for my social life, and like for not just for formal things. I like a lot to read something in English, like manga or even books, because I guess it's more accessible to, for example, read some manga in English than buy one in Portuguese in real life. So English opened many doors for me since I started to learn.
I think it's not missing information, but it's more from people that really want to learn a new language, for example, because there's a lot of videos, articles talking about learn a new language, but people, there's some people that's lazy and don't want to search for a website that can help them. So I don't think it's like missing information, but it's more from the people that really want to learn.
Also, with the internet, you have a lot of information and a lot of content, not only in English, in any language, also in Portuguese, but like information and content about anything. You just have to look for it. And like Cynthia said about reading in English, English opens you a lot of doors. Not only English, but today English is like a universal language on earth. So it opens you a lot of doors, and also helps you with your life.
But for me, I don't know until today. Like it is helpful in both ways, but I don't know if it helps me in a professional way. Like if I want to study something that I don't have in Portuguese, or if I like to read gossip of American famous people, like
Mhm.
it's for curiosity or for formal ways, because of the thing that we were talking about, like slangs, technical words. Sometimes if you really, it depends of, not if you just want to learn English, but for what you want to learn English. Because like it's for a professional way, it's for just have friends and talk with them in another language, this kind of thing. Because okay, it helps in both ways, but it depends on what you want to achieve in English too. I guess it's something more that your objective keeps you training your English.
I agree with you in some part, but also I think that just by learning it, no matter what area you use it, you have like a great, not achievement, but you have a great power in your hands.
Yes, and about this, like when you start to learn English, like as a child, as all of us said, we don't think this way like, oh, I want to learn English because in the future I will work with Tanana, and because of it I have to learn technical words, you know? So it's something that you learn by the time you make these achievements while you are growing up and deciding what is important for you.
Yeah, little by little, you're getting more information, and then at the end, you can speak fluently. That's our advice for you,
That's how
and
we learn English, and we are learning English.
and how you're improving it nowadays. So I hope we helped you to improve it as well.
And it's important to keep in mind that it's our personal experience. These tips are not a specific rule to follow, but it's something that you, if you try it, maybe it could help.